Unit 5, Concept of Market. Learning Objectives. After reading this unit, the student will be able to understand the concept of market and its evolution over the time. Understand the meaning and concept, e-business and e-commerce, its role in the modern day business community. Analyze the market environment at micro and macro level. Explain the techniques of market research and the instruments used in the same. Appreciate the role of market survey as a source of collecting market information. Understand the strategy of market expansion and development. Understand the elements of trade and commerce. Explain the concept of marketing mix and the 4 P's of marketing. Understand the concept, role, and importance of price. Market, where are you? Remember the days of junior school when the one often repeated topic for essay writing as well as for drawing and painting activity used to be a market scene? A variety of depictions shown with mostly one common opinion of holding a market area as a busy, noisy, crowded place with several shops, hotels, cafeterias, all beautifully decorated hawkers and peddlers shouting on the top of their voice to attract customers, some of which were in hurry while others just go for window shopping. With the passage of time, the difference can be now realized from words describing markets as being more sophisticated, neat and clean, with decked up showrooms, piled with variety and display making choice difficult. Centrally air-conditioned, elegant ambience, well equipped with theaters to cafeterias and washrooms, all under one roof. The markets of Dubai, Hong Kong, Singapore, Bangkok are world-renowned. Bombay's big bazaars, Sector 17 of Chandigarh, Connaught Place, or Chandni Chowk at Delhi are the places which visitors include on their sightseeing tours. Many amongst you during school excursions or educational tours either sneak out or seek permission to have a quick look at the markets of that place merely to do some souvenir shopping for friends and family. World across and almost all age groups are familiar with the term market in some way or other. Coming to the market, where is the immediate question. Some relate to them as shopping areas adjacent to their houses, some as marts, malls and mansions, lanes or sectors, big bazaars or supermarkets, etc. But question still remains. Are these areas only the market, or is there something else? Market. The word market is derived from the Latin word mercatus, meaning merchandise, where traffic, trade, or a place where business is conducted. In olden days, buying and selling was done by coming together at periodical fairs held at specific places on particular dates. In the days of the barter system, the exchange was of goods with goods only. Then, the invention of money as a means of exchange revolutionized the market system. Markets. They are responsible for making the economy strong and stable. In itself is a very dynamic concept. Market has been steadily acquiring greater dynamism and robustness. Ever since its evolution, different authors have tried defining it differently. It has grown and changed over the period of time, and still the process is in progress. The concepts pertaining to meaning of market are broadly classified as being traditional markets. The concept of a traditional market corresponds to the early production phase when there was a general scarcity of manufactured goods in the market. The phase of pre-industrial revolution, world was characterized by an agriculture cum handicraft economy with no elaborate distribution system. The agriculturist, whether he produced corn or cotton, meat or butter, disposed of the surplus in his immediate neighborhood. According to the American Market Association, at every point where a specific commodity is concentrated for sale, a market is found. The definition gives the traditional meaning of market. The emphasis is on 1. Place. The goods available for sale are bought to a specific place and the buyers of these goods reach those places for buying them. 2. Different markets for different commodities, such as vegetable market, food grains market, etc. Traditional concept focuses that market means a place only, where actual buying and selling takes place. After the Second World War, especially in the 50s and 60s, the size and character of the markets in many countries of the world changed enormously. With the passage of time, the industrial activity has intensified in terms of quantity, quality, variety of the products, competition, awareness on the part of consumers, emergence of laws, and enactments to protect consumers' interest. All this gradually compelled manufacturers, industries to produce what the consumers wanted. Thus, a new concept, a more specific approach emerged: reunite, reconstruct, send. In the words of Cournot, the term market is not any particular place in which things are bought and sold, but the whole of any region where buyers and sellers are in such free intercourse with one another that the price of the same goods tend to equality easily and quickly. This definition widens the area of market by advocating market is not restricted to a particular place but to a region. The buyers and sellers of the whole region have free access to one another. The accessibility enables the forces of demand and supply to operate and determine competitive prices. The whole region is taken as a place of market. 2. Market of 70s, 80s, the modernized version. Every business activity is consumer oriented. According to Peter Drucker, the purpose of business is to create customer, and customers do not have geographical boundaries. Thus, according to modern thinkers, market further expanded. They stopped treating it as a place and believed strongly that the coming together of buyers and sellers living anywhere and transacting purchase and sale of goods is said to be a market. To support the wider view of a market, Clark and Clark defined a market as, in fact, for most commodities, the market must not be thought as a geographical meeting place, but as any getting together of buyers and sellers in person by mail, telephone, telegraph, or by any other means of communication. Let's analyze this definition. The market is not taken as a geographical place, but a meeting of buyers and sellers for a given commodity who remains in close contact format with each other through any means personally by mail, phone, etc. Buyers and sellers are in competition with one another. The place or area can be regional, national, or international. Thus, based on the definition, it can be summarized that a market is the atmosphere of a region in which the forces of demand and supply operate directly or by means of any kind of communication that are sufficient to bring about transfer in the title of the goods, and it does not necessarily mean only a place where actual buying and selling is conducted. Emerging markets, e-commerce. The world today is changing fast. India is no exception, especially after the opening up of the economy. The pace of change that India and its people are experiencing in their socio-cultural milieu is mind-boggling. The profile of the Indian market is vastly different from what it was 10 years ago. Modern business is facing global competition due to globalization and increased customer expectation due to changes in technology. For this, business throughout the world is changing in terms of 1. Organization, 2. Ways of working, 3. Use of technology, 4. Perspectives, scope, and outlook. The world seems to now follow the adage, market means people. To quote to DY, markets are people with money to spend and desire to spend it. The analysis of this definition of market brings forth the views on market as people-oriented. It advocates people having money and desire to spend it are taken as market. A market cannot exist without people willingness to buy and sell. Though this definition absolutely ignores the place of activity, it seems to be more practical in today's scenario. The people a business serves are its market. The prime force behind this change is the advent of mass communication. The market is once again emerging as a dynamic and competitive arena where the only thing that is permanent is change. Facing a barrage of new challenges and opportunities, the definition of market seems to have once again undergone a change. The internet has evoked unparalleled and easier ways of conducting day-to-day lives, be it business, trade, or personal affairs. Business has been a major beneficiary of this boom. E-business. This refers to carrying on business activities both industrial and commercial, through computer network, that is internet. Wherever there is internet, that place becomes a probable market. Thus, market is emerging as any form where the transaction between the buyer and seller is because of interacting electronically using the telecommunication network the world over. So whole world is potential market with no requirement of physical presence of a buyer or seller. Internet commerce has thus broadened the definition, scope and range of markets. Business is a wider term including both as range of activities. 1. Industry, that is production and related activities. Number 2. Commerce, that is trade and aids to trade. Trade means buying and selling. In this context, e-business and e-commerce are defined as follows. The meaning of e-business is defined as the conduct of industry, trade and commerce using the computer networks. The meaning of e-commerce is an electronic communication among enterprises including customers, suppliers, business partners, government organizations and financial institutions. The scope of e-business is e-commerce and other electronically conducted business functions such as production, product development. Its scope is wide. Scope of e-commerce covers the interaction of the firm with its customers and suppliers over the internet. That is, it revolves around buying and selling products and services over the internet. The internet users can now order goods, receive their delivery and make their payment while at home on the internet. Role of e-business or e-commerce. E-business is offering great opportunities especially to developing countries. It is helping them to enter the prosperous global markets merely at the click of the mouse. This focus on computer-to-computer interactions is helping business in discovering new cost-effective opportunities not only locally but also internationally. E-business's growing popularity is because of the role it plays especially for the promotion of the business community. The same can be summarized as follows. 1. Quick solution to doubts. E-business allows quick response to the queries and doubts of customers and other business houses, thus facilitating sales by increasing customer satisfaction. Number 2. Updated information. A company's website, which can be accessed anywhere in the world, provides not only the first-hand but the latest information about the price, discount, quality, features, range, etc. available to the customers merely at the click of the mouse. Number 3. Extending markets. Because of e-business, the markets have become global. Now making sales to customers has spread over the different parts of the world. E-business has made it possible to make things available in those areas too, where there are no markets around like rural areas. Number 4. Shortening of distribution channel. Ever since e-business come into existence, producers have started having direct contact with the consumers, resulting in the reduction of middlemen and related cost. As a result, the consumers now get goods comparatively at lower prices directly from the producers. Number 5. Saving of time and cost. Customers now do not have to physically visit the market to purchase goods. They can get information and the goods online because of e-commerce, thus saving time, cost and energy. Less risk in payments. Under e-business, payments can be made on the internet through the medium of credit cards issued by the bank, thus reducing risks involved in the transfer of money. Easy to launch new products. Any company can launch its new product in the market through the medium of e-business much more easily. Mails, catalogs, photographs, etc. can help customers understand the product better. Lower personnel cost. The number of personnel required decreases with the help of e-business because a single computer is good enough to do the job of many employees more quickly and correctly. This leads to helping the entrepreneur lower cost of production and raise sales. Summary. The world market is derived from the Latin word mercatus, meaning merchandise, where traffic, trade, or a place where business is conducted. Market is responsible for making the economy strong and stable. In itself, it is a very dynamic concept. Ever since its evolution, different authors have tried defining it differently. The market has grown and changed over the period of time and still the process is in progress. The market evolved as traditional markets. At every point at which a specific commodity is concentrated for sale, a market is found. Over a period of time, because of intensification of industrial activity in terms of quantity, quality, variety, consumer awareness, laws, enactments, rules and regulations, the markets revolutionized. E-commerce. the interaction of the firm with its customers and suppliers over the internet. E-business, the conduct of industry, trade and commercial using the computer networks. Role of e-business. The focus on computer-to-computer interactions are helping business in discovering new cost-effective opportunities, not only locally but internationally too. Markets are expanding. Distributional channels are shortening. Doubts are being quickly solved. Updated information available. Facilitates launch of new products. Less risk in payments, less cost of personnels.